The big story at 4. The 5th death row inmate execution this year in the state of Alabama is set for tonight. Derrick Dearman was sentenced to death for the axe murders of 5 people, including a pregnant woman in Citronelle in 2016. WKRG News 5's Asher Red is joining us from Atmore. And Asher, you were going to be there for that scheduled execution. Dearman's spiritual advisor says the murderer has fooled everyone.
Yeah, and after only 6 years on death row, Derrick Dearman will be getting to the execution chamber quicker than most people. Now, Dearman's spiritual advisor says this is exactly what Dearman wanted and that the killer has everyone fooled. In a recording released to WKRG, Dearman offers his final public statements before his official final statement in that execution chamber.
Giving all I can possibly give to try and retain a small portion of my debt to society for all the terrible things I've done. From this point forward, I hope that the focus will not be on me, but rather the healing of all the people that I have hurt.
He is so excited to get to heaven.
Does a murderer go to heaven? According to Derrick Dearman's spiritual advisor, Reverend Jeff Hood, the killer thinks lethal injection could be his escape to the pearly gates.
You can't put all your focus and your attention on heaven when you've created so much hell down here.
Dearman killed 5 people in 2016 at a small house in Citronelle, including a pregnant woman. All victims were related to his ex-girlfriend, Lynetta Lester. Before his meth-fueled rage, Dearman and Lester had a volatile relationship, and Dearman wasn't happy that she had gone to a relative's house to get away from him. Dearman broke through a sliding glass door, took an axe from a nearby tree, and chopped all of his victims with it. To ensure death, Dearman shot all of his victims in the head.
You know, I don't think that people normally kill 5 people just for the fun of it. I mean, I think that ultimately with him, yes, there was tremendous evil present.
Dearman expedited his execution by waiving all of his appeals, spending only 6 years on death row. From the time Dearman committed these murders to now, Hood says the killer hasn't changed all that much.
Derrick Dearman is one of the most hollow people I have ever met. Derrick is going to be complicated, no doubt about it. He's got more bodies than anybody I've ever worked with. He's got, a willingness, a desire to be executed.
Hood says death row has been anything but miserable for Dearman.
And since he has been on death row, he has never stopped using drugs. He used drugs as recently as a week ago, a couple days ago.
At the end of his life, Hood says Dearman is exactly where he wants to be, in the driver's seat.
I mean, Derrick has made all of the decisions. Derrick has made the decision as to when this is going to happen. He's getting to make the decision about what he's going to say, what he's going to eat.
Dearman wrote letters to some of the state's top officials asking for his execution to be carried out.
Regardless of what you call it, Derrick Dearman has enlisted the state of Alabama to make it happen. It would be a lot more painful for him to have to sit in a cell for the rest of his life and think about those 5 bodies, day in and day out, over and over and over again.
Jason Darley has been a defense attorney for about 20 years, and he was one of Dearman's first attorneys.
Derrick will probably be the first one that will be put to death. Maybe the past will die with him, is what his mentality is.
Dearman is the 5th person in the state of Alabama to be executed so far in 2024, the 20th in the nation. Live in Atmore, I'm Asher Red, WKRG News 5.